What's up, everyone? Today I'm here to discuss the upcoming additions to Big Time as part of their preseason launch. If you're not familiar with Big Time, it's an MMORPG currently in alpha. Now, this MMO differs a little bit from your usual copy-paste format by providing equipable classes through items called pocket watches. Each pocket watch can actually provide you different stats and abilities for the available classes. Hey everybody, Future Jinky here. I do want to talk a little bit more about this. So there are 4 base classes, mind you. You got the Time Warrior, the Chronomancer, the Quantum Fixer, and the Shadow Blade. However, there are 2 additional classes that are unlockable at later levels. So, just wanted to throw that out there. On top of that, if you're not familiar with Big Time whatsoever, I did want to note that this right now in the alpha stage, there is a quest line. It's not terribly long. It's probably a couple of hours. Once you run through all that, though, you're kind of done with the questing. It does focus around group play, getting together with your friends, and grinding a whole lot of dungeons slash portals that are procedurally generated. So each time you run through the dungeon, it's not going to be quite the same. So just throwing in some extra info for those that may not be familiar with the game whatsoever. Let's talk about new activities because that is where I like to hear news, right? Prestige portals. Prestige portals offer players a new way to play. Yes, we have new type of content. Love it. They have additional modifiers that add new levels of challenges, but they also grant increased cosmetic drop chances. So you have a risk versus reward type of setup there. Now, as of my time of testing this update that added the prestige portals, there's currently different ways to get access to them. Having a cosmetic equip that matches the requirement of the portal has gotten me in. And then spending time crystals. They're releasing their in-game currency called Big Time Token, which will be primarily earnable via in-game participation. There's 3 ways to obtain it. If you equip an hourglass and actually play the game, airdrops, and the ambassador refer friend program. So if you're referring friends and getting them involved with the game, I guess there's a little bit of kickback for you there. Now, this token will be used for crafting, which has now been added to the game. For crafting, there's been 3 new additions to the space system, aka player housing, so that way we can actually use these, right? So we got the armory, which is for crafting and upgrading your cosmetics that are armor based. You got the forge for crafting and upgrading your cosmetics that are weapon based. And then there's the Time Warden, which is for recharging, crafting, and upgrading your hourglasses. So at this point, I've mentioned hourglasses a couple of times, so let's touch on them real quick. There's 2 types of hourglasses, right? You have the crafted ones, which are rechargeable and are limited to a certain number being available at any given moment. There's also cracked hourglasses that are not rechargeable, but do not have to be crafted. So, there are ways for players to be able to earn Big Time Token without having to shell out for Time Warden, from my understanding. So, how do you get into the preseason? If you are a gold, silver, or jade pass redeemer, you already have access, and ambassadors will be giving out codes. I don't know how many times I'm gonna go back and edit this dang video, but here we are again, a new Jinky, new clothes. So I wanted to hammer home something real quick because I have been asked in the DMs, what's the most cost-effective way of getting involved with the game? And I can tell you right now, they do have a rental system. If you do not, because the prices right now, let's be honest, they're all over the place. If you want to wait for them to drop, instead of shelling out whatever they're charging right now, go to the rental system. Openloot.com/marketplace/rentals. Or if you just go to openloot.com, click the little drop down in the top right, where it says marketplace, there's a rental option, and you can actually rent everything you need to get started today. And from there, you can kind of decide what may be the best route for you, because maybe you decide crafting just isn't your thing. Crafting's not really my thing, let's be honest. I've said that plenty of times in other MMOs. The portals is really where the fun content is, getting together with your friends and being able to do all of that together. It reminds me kind of like the Left 4 Dead days, right? Yeah, it can be a little repetitive if you're playing by yourself, but you get some friends together and you can have a blast no matter what, especially since they're procedurally generated. This is the final edit, I hope. Thank you guys for watching if you made it this far, because you're probably like part of the 1%. So really looking forward to continuing whatever's going on here, and hopefully I get to work with Big Time more in the future. But this was fun, and this update was definitely the best I have seen come from the team to date. Really excited for what they're building, and let's go. That's all I got. I had no scripted closing. This is unscripted. This wasn't even supposed to be part of the video, so this is it. Go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitch. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Goodbye.